I was just watching classic album reviews channel. I think that's right. He's been on for years. Barry. I used to watch all these videos years ago, but he's sort of gone in a bit too much into the clickbait thing now. He just did a thing on what are the worst prog albums. I mean, the two, I'm going to show one. Even calling this album prog, I think, is wrong. And then he sort of has a bit of a dig at Porn Hearts by Vandergraaf Generator. But he also says he knows it's brilliant. But I wouldn't even call them prog. I wouldn't even call King Crimson prog, to be honest with you. So King Crimson and Vandergraaf Generator could just as easily be a jazz fusion band. King Crimson did it on a regular basis after the first couple of albums, really. Lark's Tongues and that, and you know, there's that jazz fusion and stuff's in there, and it's a bit of an insult to, you know, put them in with the Elves and Pixies crowd, you know what I mean? And so I find that a bit dubious, but I'll have to comment on his thing saying that I consider this Magma MDK to be a masterpiece, as in its Mekanik, Destruktiw, Kommandoh. It's all done in a beautiful cover. All this is my original, all glossy and gold and black. It's on the boring old A&M label, so I won't get the actual album out. But it's got the story here. I suppose you could call this prog in that it's extremely pretentious. This is part 3 of like of a story. The first album was recorded in 1970, number 2, 71. This one, number 3, is 73. It's all it's all a bit very science fiction-y for me, but nevertheless, it's an interesting listen. I've never been able to get all the way through it. I mean, it is literally sung in a made-up language, which is pretty much French and German and Latin and stuff all mixed in together. So, and even, it's just, it's brilliant. It really is brilliant, but hard. I can't. Hard to listen to. But then I thought, MDK, what does that rings a bell. Then I thought, hang on, back 25, 30 years ago when I got into the PlayStations, there it is. Oh, it's upside down, for crying out loud. MDK, always, this is a great, this thing was so ahead of its time. I just love the feel of these old PlayStation 1 games. They came with their little beautiful booklets and they feel like they cost a fortune, but they sort of looked, little poster, but they sort of looked fabulous, you know. And this is similar to that album. I've never been able to play this all the way through. Not that it's a bad game. It's just that it's so repetitive. But the graphics on this for its time are just mind-boggling. You know, really, really magnificent stuff. Sorry about this. It's Lo-Fi Productions strikes again. Anyway, that's just something to talk about, I guess. See ya.